Sky 7 over the scene of what police are now calling a double homicide.
For the first time, California Governor Gavin Newsom has publicly acknowledged that he is open to a run for the White House.
In L.A., homelessness has jumped 16% in a year. Half of Americans living on the streets are in California.
Well, you have got to see this one. If you haven't seen it already, Spencer Pratt just dropped, or rather reposted. It wasn't his campaign's official video that they made, but it's the most entertaining, over-the-top, in-your-face campaign video of the entire 2026 cycle. This thing is pure Hollywood blockbuster meets Batman. It opens on this dystopian burning Los Angeles. The whole city's looking like Gotham gone to hell. Everyday Angelinos are getting dragged before a lavish Victorian-style elite ball, thrown to the ground, begging to help. There are homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe, one guy pleads.
There's homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe.
I just want to rebuild my home. It's been over a year.
I just want to rebuild my home. It's been over a year.
And who's sitting there laughing at them? Karen Bass, dressed as the Joker. Cake-eating Gavin Newsom, booze-swilling Kamala Harris saying, Bass already saved crime. I already endorsed her, with a cackle.
Bass already solved crime. I endorse her.
And socialist Nithya Raman as a wooden puppet on strings. Democratic socialist goons in bulletproof vests roughing up regular people. Pure elite mockery. While the city burns, then boom, the bat signal lights up with SP in the sky. Spencer Pratt suits up, full Dark Knight gear, storms in like the Cape Crusader, takes out the bad guys, leads a charge of real Angelinos, pelting those out-of-touch elites with tomatoes. This is Drew Allen with a Daily Signal. Folks, let me tell you something. Here we have a brash reality TV star, raw, unfiltered, impossible to ignore, a performer who built a real following with charisma and straight talk. An outsider, zero traditional political baggage, stepping up because he can't sit back and watch his city and his country get torched by incompetence and radical ideology. That is Spencer Pratt in 2026, in the 2026 Los Angeles mayor's race. And let me be very clear, this is the Trump story, just on a smaller California scale. The very crowd that once ate up these larger-than-life personalities now spends every waking minute attacking their success while producing absolutely nothing of value themselves. They try to diminish these men. They sneer at them. They label them. But the hypocrisy, it is thicker than the smog over L.A. on a bad day. Now, Spencer Pratt, he exploded onto the scene on the reality show The Hills, the guy who played the villain and owned it completely. He was loud when he needed to be. He was opinionated. He was entertaining. He and Heidi turned that into a genuine brand and real money. Nothing about Spencer Pratt screams career politician. No rehearsed policy jargon, no decades climbing the greasy pole in smoke-filled rooms, just a real, relatable American saying what so many people are thinking. And think about Donald Trump. It's the exact same blueprint on a bigger stage. You know, the apprentice, builder, deal maker, communicator who reached millions directly, raw, no filter. Both of them succeeded by being authentically themselves in a sea of scripted phonies. What drives the left absolutely insane is this very simple truth. These are outsiders answering a call to service. Trump, he looked at what Democrats were doing to cities, New York City, to the country, and he said enough. Pratt is watching Los Angeles literally and figuratively burn, homelessness exploding, crime issues, fire response failures, people fleeing to red states. He lost his own home in the Palisades fire. He's filming ads from his empty lot, pointing at the ruins while the professionals are out there making excuses. That is not showbiz. That is reality staring Angelinos, Californians, Americans in the face. Now, watch the playbook they always run. They attack success itself. He's just a reality star, a grifter, a MAGA Republican. While these critics have achieved what exactly? Decades in the system, and the results speak for themselves. Tent cities, slow disaster recovery or no recovery, visible decline. Karen Bass, longtime politician. Nithya Raman, proud Democratic Socialist of America member. All ideology, folks. What tangible wins for everyday working Angelenos? Precious few. And I would say none. But these candidates, they mock Pratt's fame and success while they sit there and draw government salaries and special interest cash. Trump built skyscrapers and empires. These people regulate, tax, and redistribute failure. It is the same old story. Tear down the achiever to shield the underachievers clinging to power. And remember this, they used to love it. Hollywood platformed reality stars, media obsessed over Trump's apprentice days. Pratt was must-watch TV. Turn those same gifts against the failing status quo, suddenly they're public enemy number one. But here's the other thing. These aren't your father's Democrats. Nithya Raman is a full-on Democratic Socialist. The group behind defund the police, open borders, and every experiment that's turned cities into these cautionary tales. Spencer Pratt has nailed it. She is a champagne communist destroying her own district. And Karen Bass, in the debate, Pratt confronted her straight up on her history with the Venceremos Brigade, that radical communist training outfit tied to Castro's Cuba. She was there in her youth, learning tactics alongside people connected to domestic terrorism and bombings, trained in their world. And Pratt laid it out for everyone to see. Now think about the sheer insanity of this moment, my friends. A self-described Democratic Socialist and a politician with documented ties to communist training are running openly, proudly for mayor of the second largest city in America, not in the shadows, not apologizing, running on it. And the establishment media treats them as the sane, compassionate options. While the guy's saying, let's have safer streets, fix the fires, enforce the laws, and stop the madness, he gets called the dangerous one. What world are we living in, folks? It is inverted reality. Now, Pratt switched to Republican in 2020. He wants cooperation with the Trump administration on immigration, ending the sanctuary nonsense that puts illegals ahead of citizens. He wants to clean up streets, and he wants real accountability on homelessness. For that common sense platform, Raman brands him MAGA Republican. Bass allies say he's doing a Trump impression. What impression are they doing? Of Che Guevara? Of any dictator around the world? Now, one side wants results. The other side doubles down on the policies that created the disaster. The real radicals have controlled these cities for years. And when failure piles up after their failed experiments, they don't reflect. They just smear the outsider instead. Pratt doesn't pretend to be a Beltway policy lifer. He is a communicator who sees the experts have failed spectacularly. Trump wasn't some lifelong senator. He was a builder who saw the slide and he acted. Sometimes only the outsider has eyes clear enough to call it. Now, Los Angeles and this country need more of this unapologetic energy. It is resonating with people. Raw, real leaders who aren't captured by the machine. Performers who can sell a vision because they've succeeded selling in the real world. Men and women stepping forward not for the perks of power, but because they refuse to watch one party destroy what generations built. Now, these attacks are only going to intensify, unqualified, just like Trump, all of it. The translation is this: he threatens the club. He might actually deliver. Now, win or lose this cycle, Spencer Pratt's run proves that the shift is real. Americans are exhausted by managed decline. Outsiders are hearing the call and answering it. And the question isn't whether these men fit the dusty old politician mold. The question is whether that mold has delivered a single solution ever. Certainly lately. Look at our cities. The evidence is everywhere. And this is the new reality, folks. The camera is rolling, and the people are awake and watching.